Thank you so much. Happy New Year, everyone. Welcome to church on such a beautiful day. So glad you're here. We're going to start 2023 by singing our opening chant, One Life. We did this a few months ago. If you don't, you'll learn it quickly. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. We are all connected, a global family. There's no separation, only unity. We are one life. There is one life, only one life. We are one life. There is one life, only one life. We combine our voices, we align our heart. Root God's within us, we'll never be apart. We are one life, there is one life, only one life. We are one life, there is one life, only one life. We are one life, there is one life, only one life. We are one life, there is one life, only one life. We
Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the first service of 2023. My name is Mark Kroll. I'm a practitioner here at the North Hollywood Church of Religious Science, and we are delighted that you're able to join us today. In person and online via Zoom, our YouTube channel, and Facebook Live. Quick reminder for those of you that are here in the sanctuary, live and in person, please silence any device that you might have, turn it off, or put it on Do Not Disturb so that it doesn't interrupt the service. Thank you in advance. All right, so let's join together in prayer. Turn within and take a deep, loving, spirit-filled breath in. Just feeling that power, the presence, the principle of God flowing through every cell of your body, flowing through every aspect of our universe. We know that God is all there is, that one power, that one presence, ever knowing, ever present, all powerful. It is so good, it is so magnificent, it is so glorious on this absolutely beautiful day. That spirit, that presence of God infusing every aspect of the universe, every aspect of our being. I know that God resides within me and is expressed by, through, and as me. And this is true for everyone that comes together in our community to celebrate this beautiful service this morning. We know that we are good, we are light, we are love, we are wholeness, we are abundance, we are well-being, we are peace, we are joy, we are grace. I know that this service is blessed and very blessed. And that as we come together in community, that we are uplifted, we are made more loving, more compassionate, more spirited, more wise as a result of coming together. And I give great thanks for everyone that has come together as a community, everyone that is here in service, the musicians, the ushers, the staff, the volunteers, the digital team, everyone that has come together to make this service a reality. I give special thanks to Reverend Sidney, who is that channel through which God's message flows through us and we receive exactly what we need to receive. For this, I'm so thankful. So with a heart full of joy and gratitude, I release my word into the law of mind, knowing it is already done, it is already so. And so together we say, Amen. All right. Please rise and join me.
You can be seated.
Now, if you could please rise and repeat with me and say the Lord's Prayer. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory forever. Amen.
Would you please remain standing while we sing our congregational song, I Know, to a melody you may recognize. 3, 4. Here we go.
All right, as we settle in, let's take a moment to welcome our live streamers. So everybody, wave to the cameras. We're so glad that you're able to join us virtually. Let's also take a moment to recognize and honor all of us here in the sanctuary. A little namaste, a little bow, a little wave. Anyway, all right. Now it's our time for meditation, communion with God. We're going to take 5 minutes. I invite you to close your eyes and silently repeat the mantra, God is the love that I am. If your mind wanders, just bring it back gently and very lovingly, repeating, God is the love that I am. And I will bring us out of the meditation in 5 minutes.
Birds flying high, you know how I feel. Sun in the sky, you know how I feel. Breeze drifting on by, you know how I feel. It's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life for me. And I'm feeling good. Yeah. I'm feeling good. Fish in the sea, you know how I feel. River running free, you know how I feel. Blossom on a tree, that's how I feel. It's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life for me. And I'm feeling good. Dragonfly out in the sun, you know what I mean, yes you do. Butterflies all having fun, you know what I mean. Sleep in peace when day is done, that's what I mean. And this old world is a new world and a bold world for me. Shine, you know how I feel. The smell of the pine, you know how I feel. And freedom is mine, I know how I feel. It's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life. It's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life. Feeling good. I feel so good. I feel good.
Whoa. All righty. So I see you all survived the Southwest Airlines apocalypse. Happy New Year. Welcome to 2023. You know, I have friends who went to the airport in Portland 3 times before they finally had a flight take off. Our son was supposed to come down Christmas Day. First flight canceled, second flight canceled. He rescheduled for Tuesday. That got canceled. We haven't seen him yet. We've still got his Christmas presents. Oh, well. And some of us went to the park that day to feed people who are dealing with food insecurity and who might be homeless. Yeah, that was a really great day. And it was lovely. It was 80 degrees. Now, let me tell you, I heard about a weather warning that happened in Florida where people were told to be careful and be on the lookout for frozen iguanas falling from the trees. Okay, anybody who worked with us on that Feeding the Homeless Day, anybody see iguanas? Nope, not a bit. All right. I love California. So, you know, it's really interesting. I read something the other day, and I thought this is so powerful. And it read, every year you make a resolution to change yourself. This year, make a resolution to be yourself. I know, I had that same reaction. And actually, what I would like us to do is set the intention to reveal ourselves, which is the whole purpose of this service today. I don't know, has anyone ever done a white stone ceremony before? Yeah, oh, good. This is the first time we've done it here. And it's a new tradition, so we will do it again next year. And it's a wonderful, wonderful ceremony designed to access your soul's voice and that which Spirit would have you unfold into and really, truly reveal. You know, I was talking with a friend yesterday, and we got into a discussion, and she asked me, do you like the end of the year? How do you feel about that? And I went, wow, I've never even thought about whether I like it or not. I kind of get wrapped up into the complete this, move into that. And yet I know for a lot of us, we like the new beginning part, but there's a lot of stuff that we might feel has been left undone. Or there might be some regrets. There might be some sense of, wow, I wish I had done that differently. And so I'm going to ask you to just suspend all of that as we move into this revealing of that which is new, that which is true about you. You know, I know we each have our dreams and our hopes for the new year, and we have sentiments about people and events, but what we really, really can do, we have this opportunity to begin to listen, to pay attention to the deeper feelings that have that potential to shift us into a higher place, a higher knowing of meaning and possibility. For some of us, this might feel like a redo. Let's call it a reset. Let's reset our knowing of ourselves, our intention for life, that we can actually be that intentionality, that field of intention that is Spirit, that is God, that is life itself, which, by the way, is so active and present within us that it is calling us to be that. And the way that I know that for you and for me is that often those feelings of, wow, I wish I'd done that differently, I wish I'd done this differently, or I regret that, or I'm sorry about that, or I lost this and I'm sad, that all of that together, there's something there that is calling to you to look at the greater truth underneath it. There's a greater truth underneath it. Those are the reactions. But guess what? There's a deeper spiritual response that each of us is sourced in, and now we get to consciously align with it and ask it the question, who am I? Who am I to be? Who am I to respond? How am I to respond to my life? How am I to live this life? You know, calendars are a human linear construct, right? We have a need to measure time, both in that small framework of minutes, of hours, and days, but also according to a greater framework of months, of years, of decades, and generations. And on this path, as we are orienting ourselves to calendars, are we still listening to our soul's call to walk this life journey in a more powerful, more authentic, and by the way, a more vulnerable way? Because that's where our joy comes. We are creative beings, and when we are looking for ways to make our lives better, to feel more joy, to feel more happiness, more fulfillment, I think for a lot of us, we feel like there's stuff we have to do, as opposed to listening to that which is calling us to be, to create. Because it's only in that soul's deep creation, that connection, that we're really going to have that joy and that sense of aliveness, because that is our great connection to God. And whether you call it God or life or light or Spirit or George, it doesn't matter. But it's that we are listening that we are practicing the listening. You know, as an old year starts to wind down and the new year begins to call us forward, our feelings have so much to offer us in terms of really getting clear. We get to discover who we aren't and who we are and what truly matters as we consider yet another trip around the sun. Beginnings, endings, memories, successes, failures, victories, disappointments, they're all part of this tapestry of this thing we call life. They're all part of it. And our feelings about life may launch us forward into 2023 with a sense of hope and purpose, or they may have us wanting to hold on and resist moving forward. Now, I know for myself that there have certainly been times where I have gone kicking and screaming into my next new iteration, and the claw marks are still around in people and things where I just didn't want to let go. But those things that are no longer a part of who we are help to launch us forward into who we actually are. So now, as Dr. Mark and I were planning our holiday themes and messages, we definitely worked according to an arc. We constructed an arc so that we could have a whole way of moving into a greater knowing of ourselves. So first of all, you'll remember we celebrated gratitude, for the harvest of our lives. After Thanksgiving, we then had a service which many of you attended. It was on a Wednesday night to honor and to bring a greater context of peace around losses we may have had, whether in 2022 or well before that. It doesn't mean that we forget the loss or even, I hate the word closure. But if we can have a sense of completing a circle of our feelings around it, or at least having a greater awareness of tenderness for ourselves as we experience our loss, our grief, whatever that pain is, then we get to help weave that deeper, more beautiful tapestry. Losses can feel current even when they're not, even when they are part of our history, when they're way in the past. And what I've learned on this path of ministry is that the more we recognize and consciously admit to our grief and our loss, which is why we have grief groups, by the way, that gather several times a month, the stronger and more intentional we can become, and the more we can live in the present, which is where all of the power of the universe resides, in the present moment. So after that, we moved into our tradition of our Sundays with what we call Advent. And Advent is about preparing for the birth of a new awareness and celebrating of the birth of the Christ within us, right? We also call that inner Christ by names such as the light, the presence, our Buddha nature. And you might have also heard terms like pattern for perfection, spiritual prototype. They all mean the same thing for us. We seek to live lives with greater meaning, with love, with peace, with connection. And that's what we look at through the holiday season, whether it's Christmas or it's Kwanzaa or it's Hanukkah. It's about honoring that light and cultivating our awareness of it so that we might bring it forth and allow it to orient us in our life's journey. So the service here, as I said, is not one we've done before. It's called the White Stone Ceremony. It's an intentional process in which we all gather in a shared receptivity to hear what our souls want us to hear as we move into 2023. So I'll tell you more about that in a moment, but I want you to know that the arc we have been working with doesn't end there, because this Wednesday we're also going to have a burning bowl ceremony. And so that's where we let go. We recognize we let go and literally burn anything, our lingering BS, belief systems, which we are ready to release. And there's a great power in doing that. There's a great power in doing that. And then on Saturday, the 14th, Dr. Mark is going to conduct his goals workshop, and it'll be here, it'll be in person. And I have to tell you, having done all of that other preparation, and we love to burn stuff in Science of Mind, by the way. Our churches, have you noticed that? Yes, we like to burn stuff. So once you've recognized the light, we've burned some stuff, we've honored it, we've done the white stone thing, you're going to come to that workshop, and oh my gosh, you are going to be so available to your own life. So I hope you'll participate in as much of what we have coming up next. So now I'm going to move into this ceremony, I'm going to ask our ushers and our white stone people, which is not the same as white stoned people. That's a different service. Would you please come forward? And they're going to hand out white stones to everybody. Make sure that the band gets some as well, and our tech people. So, and for those of you who are streaming this service, we're not leaving you out. Please find a journal or a clean sheet of paper and something to write with. Your experience is going to be different physically, but your revelation will be just as powerful. And so if you are at home, as we get into this ritual, be thinking about a particular stone that you might have in your yard or on your altar. Consider an icon you already have, something you have handy that can stand in proxy for the white stone. Because the power isn't in the stone, by the way. It is that which helps us to honor the ritual. And for those of us who wonder about this word ritual, rituals are simply an outer celebration of an inner process. That's all it is. And so when we have that outer celebration, it helps us to anchor whatever is going on with that inner experience. So when those of you who are at home, think about taking a walk later or going to a hardware store or Home Depot and find a stone that you can pick up and take home with you to use and then hold throughout the upcoming year. So for those of you here in the sanctuary, be guided as you pick your stone. They're really cool. They're all from Israel. They have come from a quarry in Hebron, and they all have different striations. And the quarry where they come from goes back, of course, thousands and thousands of years. So know that you have picked the one that is exactly right for you. Mystically, a new year is a time, as you know, of new beginnings. So as you hold your white stone in your hand, know that it symbolizes for you this same connection, metaphysically, mystically, to the idea of a clean slate, right? It's a clean slate. You are starting the year with a clean slate. This is not a redo. This is a reset. This is a renewal. It is new for you. So in the ceremony, we're doing two things. We are choosing the white stone, and we are also revealing a new name for ourselves. And that's the fun of this. The white stones are so, they feel so good and so solid. Allow yourself to feel the energy in the stone that you're holding. So it's an ancient ritual. Back in the time when Jesus was roaming the earth and teaching and serving, if somebody served time in prison or they were in bondage of any kind, they were given a white stone when they were released. Each of us comes from bondage today, and we are being given a white stone to signify our freedom. All of your past nonsense and stuff, past BS, belief systems, and experiences, all of those may have been as a prison to you. But now you are free to go and to be and to do anything you wish. How's that feel so far? It feels good, doesn't it? Okay. So the ceremony comes from the book of Revelations. In Revelation, John talks about people being given a new name. Let anyone who has an ear listen to what the Spirit is saying. And it's not referring to outer ear, but the ear of the soul, which is within us. And so we're going to together listen for that still small voice as it whispers. We get out of our intellect and into our heart through prayer and through meditation. And what we want to do is move from our heads to our hearts and allow the information of God to really be clear and to guide us. Now, in the days of wandering the wilderness, Moses, right, the manna was that which God sent every day. That is the metaphysical and the allegory. The people had only to go and collect it. They didn't have to do anything else. And so we surrender to that same idea. We don't go out in the wilderness to find our manna from heaven. We turn within so that that hidden manna, which is not visible to the world, is revealed to and through us. We are given the peace that passes all understanding. We are given an entirely new source of energy and nourishment. You know, there are these higher levels of being within us. You know, and this manna nourishes the soul first and then the body. It benefits the whole being. It is the vital life substance and energy of spirit directly assimilated into our entire being. That's not a bad deal. Okay, so, and here's the promise from the book of Revelations. And I will give a white stone, and on the white stone is written a new name that no one knows except the one who receives it. So again, when Jesus roamed the earth, I think that's a funny line. You guys didn't laugh. It was believed that when people had overcome and had made their connection with the divine, they received a new name. And some of you might remember, if you ever saw the musical Les Miserables, or you read the book, or saw the movie, that, was it Jean Valjean? Yeah. When he is freed from prison, he is given a stone, and he changes his name, right? And it is to represent that new life. So it's actually a tradition that's grounded in truth and in fact. So the idea is that the name is given to us directly by Spirit, from the deepest part of our heart and soul. And no one else is going to intervene, and no one else needs to be aware of your new name. This name is a new nature. Now, here's the thing about names in the Bible or in spiritual works and wisdom books, that a name is a quality. The name of someone in the Bible is really representing a quality within them, which is within us. So this is an interesting idea. I know that years ago, when I did one of these, and I've been doing this ceremony now for about, 15 years at least. One year I got Joseph. And I knew instinctively it wasn't Joseph, Jesus' dad. I knew it was Joseph, Old Testament, because Joseph was all about imagination and prophecy and listening and guidance. And that was what was so powerful for me, that I got this word Joseph. And at the same time, I got another word. It was imagination. And I got my brother's name. Now, my brother had passed away several years prior to that. My brother's name was Andy. Andrew also represents another quality in the Bible. It is about creativity and imagination. And my brother also, when he was a kid, he was a falconer. He trained hawks and falcons. And so I knew that there was something here for me about flight, about recognizing flight, and recognizing that the wings within myself never go away, that there is that which is always seeking to soar at a higher level. So you notice a lot of changes in the Bible. For example, Saul becomes Paul. He goes from persecuting to teaching and preaching. Abram becomes Abraham as he grows in awareness. Sarai became Sarah. The change in a name always signifies a change in consciousness. It always signifies that. So that's really cool. So in biblical times, a name was a very sacred thing. Every name represented a quality. So the idea is that we surrender and become available to the inner voice of Spirit so that we might also reveal a new name for this year. We are moving into the realm of the I am, that I am. I am that quality of God. I am that quality of God. Now, when I do this ceremony, I usually get my word a couple of days before. And I got mine yesterday, and I got to tell you, it was the most boring, mundane, unsexy word I've ever gotten. It kind of annoyed me, because I thought, this can't be right. This can't be right. And yet, as I contemplate the deeper significance of this on a spiritual level, it is absolutely my word. It is so absolutely my word. And so know that whatever word you are given, whatever name you are given, it is your word. And give it a chance to just be there. Don't question it. Don't resist it. And if, by the way, if you don't get a word right away, I want you to know that one of my great mentors she used to get her word. I think she gets it sooner now, but when she first started this, it would happen 3 or 4 days later. And one time in particular, she didn't get her word until the following Wednesday when she was washing dishes. And up to that point, she was thinking, I know I did it wrong, I did it wrong, I did it wrong. You're not doing it wrong. Your word may appear to you, if not here, then another time when there is just a sense of openness and receptivity and relaxation. You might be walking your dog, you might be washing dishes, you might be organizing your sock drawer, cleaning the cat box. I don't know what it's going to be for you, but know that you didn't do it wrong. And it will absolutely come to you. Now later we will have some of our metaphysical Bible dictionaries available if you get something that you're uncertain of and you want to know a little bit more about it. And I can certainly help you with that. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I want to say before we begin. Oh, I know. A white metaphysically represents joy, victory, and purification. Isn't that wonderful? So in this white stone, in a purified state of consciousness, we know that the Father and I are one. The Source and I are one. Spirit and I are one. That's such a good, clean, strong idea that this is a purification process. So I'm going to invite you now to relax and to consciously invite the activity of God, that which you might call the Holy Spirit, into your heart and your mind for the next few minutes. Close your eyes if you're comfortable. And just allow those wings within you to soar. Perhaps there is a new career, a new title, or a new quality that Spirit is pressing out through you. I invite you to give your ego a few minutes off and to let that divine, holy self in you come through. Give yourself permission to know that you have a new quality, a new name. I've experienced people who find that they have the word peace, love, or presence. And in that, they take on a new essence of who they are. They inhabit that word, that consciousness. Just allow it to come through you. Later on, you will be invited to write the word of the name on your stone. When you get home, get a Sharpie so you can have it there always. Carry this stone with you. Carry that name in your heart. Just allowing in this field of oneness, knowing that, as we live and move and have our being in the infinite invisible, so does it also live and move and have its being, its breathing, its expression in us. Whenever we ask, there is an answer. And here's the ask. I know for each of us that we are indeed available, receptive, and willing to know and to live from and to interrogate at a deeper level that which we are given, that word that is revealed, that phrase, that idea, that name. That there is an infinite well of creative possibility, and we draw from that now. We draw without hesitation. We draw from it without fear. We draw from it with joy and abundant expectancy. Allow God to express through you and as you. I invite you to hold that white stone in your hand and know that it is a symbol of a new life. Allow it to be the symbol of who you have become, or who you are becoming, or who you would like to become. It is the access, the symbol of the access to being you. This is not about making resolutions for change. This is the intention to know. It is the intention to know. Allow yourself to embrace a sense of oneness with infinite wisdom, with infinite love. Feel that presence as it surrounds and supports you. Know that you are safe and secure. I know for each of us that we are loved and we are supported by the presence of God. I know that we are encouraged by our fellow travelers. And there are people all over the world right now who are doing this same ceremony. We join in consciousness with them, knowing that that shared intention for revelation, for unveiling, unites each of us with the one. We are one with that one. Know that you are love itself. You are appreciated by this spiritual community in which you have chosen to be a part of. And behold that Christ wisdom, that Buddha nature, that light within, that imagination within each of us says, I make all things new. And we listen. We don't censor, we listen. The white stone indeed carries a new name, a spiritual identity, and a deeper awareness of what your soul is calling you to unfold into and to celebrate. No one in the entire universe except you and that one power within and as you knows what that new name is. This word comes to you to be lived out, to be expressed, to be embodied as you. It is the whisper from your soul that you are so much more than you have ever let come into expression. Begin to reflect on a new name. Let it come to you easily. Let the name come to you that marks your new beginning, and feel the stone in your hand. It's beckoning. It's beckoning. Spirit has decreed a name for you, for me, for all of us to be written on that stone. What will our life, what will your life be called? As you were guided by Spirit, and it may feel as if you were making it up, because it may seem so wonderful or so much more of what you have yearned for. But still, I invite you to trust in this new moment. As Spirit guides you into this sacred place, in this moment of truth, this insight into divine purpose, the insight into your holy essence, and in that secret place of the Most High, allow, and hear the new name that God has for you. And as it becomes clear, know that later you will write it on the stone. It may be a title. It may be something like published author. It might be clean and sober. The word might be grateful. It might be winged one, or it might be white buffalo woman, whatever it is, just let it come to you. And we just continue to breathe in this sacred space. So if the name has come to you, stay quiet and allow yourself to ask for deeper understanding. Are there steps to take? And just simply open to Spirit, knowing that God within you, within me, reveals true essence. I know that God within each of us reveals our next steps. God as us lives a joyous, peaceful, fulfilling life. Behold, I make all things new, for you are my beloved, in whom I am well pleased. And now allow gratitude to flow through you. Allow gratitude to be present for this time, for this opening, for all of it. Accept this consciousness of ever-increasing good in your life. It is God's good pleasure to give each of us this kingdom. Carry this white stone as a reminder of that promise. And I know for each of us that I release this word knowing it is already done. It is already so. We let it be so. And together we say, Amen.
I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so.
So in a moment, our ushers are going to be passing our baskets. So I invite you to take that offering, hold it to your heart, and to know that God is fully active and present within and as you. And I invite you to say with me our affirmative giving statement. From the love of pure spirit within me, I bless this gift. I send it forth to heal and bless and prosper. It is evidence of my faith and belief. It does good work in the world and returns to me multiplied abundantly. And so it is.
So blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so
There's a new world coming, and it's just around the bend. There's a new world coming. This one's coming to an end. There's a new voice calling. You can hear it if you try, and it's growing stronger with each day that passes by. There's a brand new morning, rising clear and sweet and free. Yes, a new world's coming that belongs to you and me. Yes, a new world's coming, the one we've had visions of, coming in peace, coming in joy, coming in love. Yeah. There's a brand new morning, rising clear and sweet and free. There's a new day dawning that belongs to you and me. Yes, a new world's coming, the one we've had visions of, coming in peace, coming in joy, coming in love, coming in peace, coming in joy, coming in love, coming in love, coming in love, in love.
Thank you, Karen. Another round of applause. Karen Mitchell, thank you so much. And thank you to our band. What a wonderful start to the new year.
Give me a second. I want to introduce everybody. Bob Crosby over there on flute and tenor saxophone. Charlie Steen on guitar. Cynthia Watt on drums and wind chimes and other stuff. Randy Landis on bass. I'm Sam.
So beautiful. Thank you, Sam. For those of you that would like to get Karen's music, it is available at KarenMitchellMusic.com. Again, thank you so much for the ministry that you offer. If this is your first time at church, we are delighted that you are here. Please stop by the welcome table on the patio to pick up a packet of information just for you. And we make it easy for you to make donations to our church. For those of you that are here, the text to give number and QR code are on your physical program and on the purple page. And for all of us, if you want to go and do it online, you could go to nhcrs.org/give. Prayer with a practitioner is available after service in person and on Zoom. The Wednesday night healing service with Reverend Sidney Steen, meditation at 6:50 and the service at 7 p.m. Join Reverend Sidney this week for a very special burning bowl ceremony, as she discussed. As we move into 2023, let's release our yesterdays and make room for our todays. The NHCRS Youth and Family Ministry needs you. Our inspiring, empowering programs support kids from toddlers to teens, Sundays at 9:45 a.m. Please bring your youth and join us. The Elder Wisdom Group, this group, facilitated by Reverend Tricia and Dina Bagley, meets this Wednesday, January 4th, from 10 a.m. to noon in the junior church. Please join us. A new ministry, the Good Gossip Club. This new group, facilitated by practitioner Nikki Savara, will meet for the first time next Sunday, January 8th, in the junior church at 1 p.m. Join us in shifting, lifting, and being inspired as we use science of mind principles to manifest our heartfelt desires. Yay, Nikki. Also, not in your purple program, but there's another new ministry that I'm leading. The Creative Arts Ministry is back. Yay. We're going to have monthly activities and events. The first event is Friday, January 20th from 7 to 9 p.m. here. It's called God's Open Mic Night. And there's flyers and a sign-up sheet on the patio. Performance will be given 5 minutes. I'll be at the patio to discuss it if anybody has questions or wants to sign up. The membership class with Dr. Mark Vieira and Reverend Sidney Steen is Monday, January 9th, 7 to 10 p.m. This free class is an introduction to the background and basic principles of the religious science philosophy and is a required class to become a member of our church. New members receive a $25 off certificate to use for our next Foundation or Beyond Limits class. Sign up online, class will meet in person. The 2023 Goal Setting Workshop with Dr. Mark Vieira, Saturday, January 14th, 10 a.m. to 12:30-ish p.m. Join Dr. Mark for this amazing workshop where you will set goals for the new year and learn creative visualization. Make your own vision board. Get clear, create, and step into the highest and greatest vision of your life. Cost $40. Sign up online. Class will meet in person. The 2023 goal sheets are available at church and on our website. Please complete and return it to the goals box or to the church office. We'll mail it back to you in December 2023. Blanket Drive. We are collecting new and gently used clean blankets for the homeless. Please drop blankets in the red bin on the patio. Thank you. Bali trip with Dr. Mark Vieira in 2023. Dr. Mark is taking a group to Bali September 5th to 15th. 2023. An information brochure and Sacred Covenant can be found on our website or at the welcome table. Zoom virtual patio is before and after Sunday and Wednesday services. Zoom meditation every morning, Monday through Saturday from 7:55 to 8:15 a.m. For information about any or all of these activities, visit our website, NHCRS.org, to obtain Zoom links and more information about all our events or to sign up for the weekly e-blasts and monthly newsletters.
Thank you. Well done. All right, can we have our practitioners come forward, please? Oh, they're just taking their time. They're all in a deep meditative state. So these are the people that you can come pray with, and they are good. We know, we believe, and we declare that there is something radically right about each and every one of you. So this is the place where we know it for you, we hold it for you, and we celebrate that about you. So I would like to invite you to repeat. Wait a minute. Am I on board?
We're going to stand and sing.
They're going to stand and sing.
Shall we do that?
Man, we've only been off for like, what, a week? And I just, who knows? Who knows?
It's all good. Let's all stand and we'll sing the peace song.
There we go. After me, I am at home in the heart of God. My life is anchored in truth. I can never be separate. I live in the consciousness of peace. I release all fear. I am living love. And so it is.